In this session, we are going to learn about Python dictionary data type. What is dictionary data type? Basically, you can imagine the literal dictionary, the literal meaning of dictionary. In dictionary, how you will be searching? You will be searching for a word, then further from that word, you will search for the meaning of that exact word. So exactly the same meaning here. In Python dictionary, you need to look for a key and the key will have its own value. That's how we use dictionary here. Let's see how to declare that. Let me declare one student data. Now you can see how to declare dictionaries. First, this braces, curly braces you need to have to wrap our data type. Then you need to follow the key value pairs. The key value pairs are separated by comma, but a key you can specify a string, let's say name, and the colon, then value are okay. Then you can specify one more key, then value 1 1 90 90. I'm not that old. 90. Okay. See, now we have student data which has two keys. One is name and its value, and another one is date of birth and its value. This is how we declare dictionaries. So now we'll see whether is it okay to declare a key with other than string. Let's say one temp data with 1 as a key and value is 1, 2 as a key, value is 2. Now let's try to print these two. Print student data, comma, temp data. I am printing both of the dictionaries. Then file in terminal. Let's see. You can see both of these dictionaries here. So there is no compulsion that you should use only string as a key, but you can use the normal integer as well. Okay, is it possible to declare a list for one key, like meeting dates? Like here I can specify multiple one, like 05 and 05 2020, and one more date 06 and 05 2020. So this also you can try to run. So this can have list as well. So the key can be anything and the value also can be anything, but key cannot be iterables like a list. So it cannot be the list cannot be used as a key in dictionary. Okay, now we saw how to declare this. Now dictionary also has its own methods. So as usual, how do we explore one data type? Print dir, then student data. Run this. We clear this and run. You can see clear, copy, from keys, get, items, keys, pop item, set default, update, and values. I'll explain orally first what are all these methods. Clear. This clear method will empty the dictionary. Copy method, simply copy the dictionary to another dictionary. From keys, you may have a list of keys, but you may have only one value. In that case, you can declare the list of keys. Then from that list, you can prepare a dictionary. That is how this from keys method will be used. Get method will be used. Let's say you may or may not have that key which you are requesting for. In that case, you can have a default value for that particular key. In that scenario, you can use get. Items, you will be giving a tuple of key comma value. I'll explain you what is tuple in next session. So just for now, imagine this. Like items will return like this, key comma value. Like this it will return. Okay. Now keys will return only keys. Values will return only values. Pop and pop item. This you need to understand. Pop will be keep on popping out the values from student data or any dictionary which we mention. We'll see that example shortly. Pop item will fetch the item by its key, not from the last, by its key. Set default will define a default data type for the key. These are all. We will see one example to understand it better. And update, this will be used to merge two dictionaries. Okay, let's see one by one. To do that, it will be better if we go to interpreted mode. As usual, I am opening that interpreted mode. Before that, let me copy this, so it will be easy. Python. Okay, now we have student data in interpreter mode. Let's check one by one. Yes, student data. Okay, now I have declared dictionary is mutable data type, so we can add additional data or remove or modify. All those things we can do. Now we need to add one more key. Let's say my place. Okay, this is how you add additional key and value to the dictionary. Within square bracket, you mention your new key or existing key to update and enter new value, car equity. Okay, now try to print student data. We have one more key called place and value as car equity. Let's say you want to update the existing key with something like car equity 1 something. Updated, check, the value got updated. This is how you update and add data. Okay, now we saw two methods to pop the data out from dictionary. To do that, let me try student data.pop first. So pop will require one key, and pop item will fetch the item. Okay, result. So the last value, place. But now let's check the student data after popping what it has. Remove the last item and given us. So that data will not be in the array, or will not be in the dictionary after pop. So how pop will behave? Let's use pop with key. What's the key I'm going to use? Name. Okay, now result has Arokia, but student will not have name key. You got it? So like this is the difference between pop and pop item. Pop item will fetch the entire item which has been added last, and pop will fetch the item for you by the key name. So that's what the difference. And let's see the remaining methods. We have one copy as well, right? So I am declaring one more d1, and I'm going to copy student data dot copy. Okay, now check d1. We have the same data which was in student underscore data. Okay, now I need to update. Let's say I have one more dictionary, d2. As of now, we don't have name. Here I declare name and my name. Okay, d2. Now I need to update this d2 to my student data dictionary. To do that, student data dot update d2. That's it. Now let's try to print student data. You can see name has got added as last because it got updated from d2. Okay, that's how we do update dictionaries or merge dictionaries. And we'll see get and keys and values further. Now d1, let's see, we have two keys. Let's get only keys. You can see dict keys, dob and meeting dates, and values alone also we can get. First one is date, second one is list of dates. Correct. Now I'm going to get let's say the normal fetch. I'm trying to get name from d1. What it says, D1 doesn't have name key. So this is the error. So there will be conditions. We can assume like if the key exists, fetch the proper value. Otherwise, consider whatever the value, the default value I am giving. In that case, we can use get. This is the key. Try to check is there any value exists for this or not. If doesn't exist, return not available. Now you see d1.get name is not available, but if I use dob, it gives me the data. So this is the difference between accessing the dictionary key by its name directly and by through get method. And from keys, this one will be interesting. Let's define one. Let's say names equal to student1 comma student2. Okay, now I have default marks for them. Mark equal to 35. Okay, now we need to define a dictionary which has 35 as a mark for all the students. To define that, in short, I'll declare D3. You need to use the method dict dot from keys. So dict is a data type, not a variable, and from keys you need to first pass the keys variable, which is our list names, then the value to assign. Okay, mark. Now check D3. All the students will have that same mark. Okay, now okay, you can see one more example here I have done for you. Mark is 35 comma 40. This is a list. So what will happen for each student, this list will be applied as a value. So you need to be a little bit careful. Since we have the same number of elements from these two lists, that doesn't mean like student 1 will get 35, student 2 will get 40. Both of them will have the same 35 comma 40 as a list, 35 comma 40 as a list. So based on your requirement, you need to think and use appropriate method from the available ones. So I think we have covered most of the methods from here. Clear is very simple. D3, you can see the value D3 dot clear. That's it. Now D3 will have empty. This is how we use clear. Set default. This I'll explain you later when we go through some example scripts. There will be a necessity to use this default. I'll explain you there. Otherwise, this may be at this point of time, this may be a little bit confusing. We'll discuss this later. That's it about dictionary data type. Then next one we are going to see tuple. Now tuple is a immutable data type. Immutable data type means once you declare, you cannot change the values. So how to declare tuple? Let's define one sample tuple. So I don't have any idea what name I should give for this. Okay, now tuple will be declared within this bracket. Okay, within this bracket you can define any number of elements, but the only difference between list and tuple is to define tuple we use brackets, to define list we use square bracket. This is the thing you need to keep in mind. So now I have defined name, Arokia, comma 1990, comma one more date 01 as usual. Okay, now let's try to print this sample tuple. Run Python file and terminal. Since we have interpreted mode on, let's close this. Run Python file and terminal. You can see this tuple. Now how to access this tuple value here? Okay, let's come to our interpreted mode, Python. Okay, now I have defined. Check the available methods. You can see there are very minimal number of methods for this because it's immutable. You can't do much thing about this. Mostly people will use this tuple to scenarios which is like we define once and we are not going to change this anymore in the script. So in that scenario, people will use this tuple. Okay, now we have two methods, count and index. Why count is for, as usual as other data types, count of Arokia. You need to give for which we need to get the count for. Okay, 1, this is how count. And you can use index, like it will return you at which index the given element is. 0th index Arokia is, and 1990 first index. Okay, how to access the values from sample tuple? By index only you can access. 0 means Arokia, 1 means 190, 2 means date. Okay, as we have already seen, tuple is immutable. Let's try to change one value here, 0. I'm trying to change Arunathan. Let's see what it throws. But it says tuple object does not support item assignment, which means once it got declared, you cannot assign or update any value, but you can redeclare the same. Like here, I can redeclare, but I cannot change the value from the declared variable. Okay, this is how tuple will be created and accessed and the available methods for tuple. And that's it we have to discuss about this data type. And I think we have covered most of the data types. Then next we'll proceed with conditional statements and looping statements.